In today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value some of our beauty pageant items. We've got a lot of toys and memorabilia. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum, so it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection. And then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Well, we've got a lot to get through in this episode, so let's get started. This Miss America board game is worth about $30. Now, I've got my baby girl Daisy down here helping me today, but you see she's already given out. She's already tired. We've got this vintage Miss USA t-shirt. It's worth about $20. And there's my baby. She's so tired. Got this Miss Universe luggage tag. It's worth about $15. That's what I paid for it. Got 3 Miss Louisiana program books. They're worth about $10 each. When our friend Megan Miller was competing for Miss Louisiana, we went over there 3 times. Got this little Miss America magazine book worth about $5. And the 100-year of Miss America calendar is worth about $20. Got this vintage newspaper from Atlantic City when Susan Aiken won Miss America from Mississippi. Probably worth about $15-$20. And then when Charlene Wells from Utah won Miss America, it's worth about $15-$20. Then we've got this whole lot of newspapers and clippings. I think I bought this off eBay from someone that had just saved a whole lot of stuff. I don't know exactly how much it's worth, and I don't want to look it all up, so I'm just going to say $20 for all of it. Probably worth more than that if you piece it out. And then here's another lot. We'll just say $20 for all of it. It's just full of all kinds of little goodies, a lot of the competition from Miss America 1987 and 1988. All right, I've got this cool Miss America mug worth about $10. And this Miss Universe pageant is fixed mug. All the winners are from Earth. It's worth about $5. Got some more Miss America and Miss Mississippi ceramic mugs. And these are all worth about $10 each. They're not worth a whole lot, but they're pretty cool to have. And this is what that Miss America mug I had looked like on both sides. It's very colorful and very pretty. I might have gotten that when we went to the Miss America pageant. I've got 3 Miss America lanyards. Those were actually mine when I went up there. And I don't think they're worth a whole lot. This one's got the Miss Mississippi button with it. And then that's me again there. And then there was one more I bought off eBay. So I'd say about, I don't know, maybe $4 each. Got a Miss America scarf here still in the package. Worth at least, I'd say $12. Not a whole lot. Got this official Miss Universe patch from 1974. And it's probably worth about $25. Then I got a couple ribbons that were the judges. I don't know where I got these from, probably eBay. These were judges from Miss America, and they're worth about $15 each, maybe a little bit more than that. This one's got the actual date and Miss America pageant written on it. And then here's a Miss America pageant 1978 patch worth about $10. And then this is a medal from the 1977 Miss Universe pageant from the Dominican Republic. I think it's worth about $40. And then we have another medal. This one is from the Miss USA pageant from 1978, and it's probably worth about $40. It's pretty cool to have. I like it. They're very hard to find, too. It could be worth more than that, but I'd say about $40. Then we have another patch from the 1983 Miss Universe pageant, and this one's probably worth about $20. Got a little souvenir Miss Mississippi rubber bracelet. It's probably only worth about $2. And let's see what else we have. We have a Miss Texas ribbon for the press, and this is pretty vintage. It's probably only worth about $8. And then this one's pretty cool. It's a Miss Universe ribbon, and the only problem was it was cut, and I cut it by accident when I opened the package. I cut it and probably took a lot of the value off, but probably still worth about $25. Got this whole assortment of pageant ticket stubs. I don't know, probably $15 for all of that. And then we've got this really cool tea party invitation honoring Miss Universe 1952, but this party was in 1953. And the invitation is probably worth about $15. I think I did get this off eBay. Stuff like this is just hard to find. We've got 3 Miss America ticket stubs, and these are probably worth about $8 each. So we have 3, so that's another $24 we can add to the overall grand total at the end of the video. This was pretty cool. The Miss South Carolina pageant made a Monopoly game for the South Carolina winners, and I don't think it's worth a fortune, but I'd say it's worth at least $30. All right, we've got this really cool Miss Universe keychain. It's from 2018, and I would say it's worth at least $30, maybe more than that. Got a little autographed picture of one of my besties, Jessica McElraney. She was Miss Mississippi Teen USA one year, probably only worth about $5. And then an autographed photo of Christy Lynn Addis, who is Miss Teen USA in '87, worth about $10. Got this really cool Pepsi can with a Miss Puerto Rico universe on the can, and it's worth about $10. It's hard to see with the glare, but someone did empty out the can. Got this vintage Atlantic City souvenir bottle with Miss America on the bottle, and it's worth about $15. It looks like it's from the 60s. And then we've got this random little crown metal sculpture, probably worth about $8. Got this whole assortment of magnolia flowers. Since we are the Magnolia State, I figure the whole set's worth at least $20. People have given me those throughout the years, and this little keep calm and carry on with a crown sign is worth about $5. Miss Magnolia State water bottle is worth about $5, and this really cool crown painting someone painted for me is probably worth about $10. And then we've got these hair rollers with our Miss Mississippi Teen USA from one year on the cover, Veda Mann. She was first runner-up to Miss Teen USA, probably only worth about $5, but pretty cool to have. Got this little crown worth about $5. I'd say this whole section of crowns here is probably worth about $30. This vintage little Miss Universe ceramic vase is probably worth about $25. And if the tiara fits, wear it little plates worth about $5. And this crystal crown bowl is probably worth at least $15. And this little card case with the crown's worth about $6. All right, I've got this little section of Atlantic City souvenirs. And then right here in the middle is the coolest part of this lot. It's a Pageant Motor Inn matchbook. And it's pretty cool because they must have named a little motel there the Pageant because of the Miss America pageant. I'd say that whole lot's only worth about $7. It's not worth a lot. And this little beauty queen statue's worth about $12. Got some buttons there worth about $10 for the set. This little Miss America Aladdin hotel pins, probably worth about $10. Then we have this vintage BB shop button, probably minimum worth $10, probably more than that. And we have a little Kelly Cash and President Bush button, probably worth about $10. And then a Miss America 1982 Elizabeth Ward pin, also worth about $10. It's got this Joseph Ribhoff sign that was on display at some of the state pageants, worth about $20. And then we've got a Robert Toner Miss America doll in the blue dress. She's worth about $250. And then we have the Robert Toner Miss America doll in the pink dress, a lot harder to find. She's worth at least $325, but I saw her sell on eBay for almost $500 one time. We've got a Toner Miss America interview suit still in the box, worth about $100. Got a Miss Pennsylvania mug worth about $12. Got this Miss USA teddy bear, kind of like a Beanie Bear. It's worth about $20. You could buy those at the pageant that year. And then we have a Miss USA trading card box. I'd say worth about $75, but on eBay it was listed for $150. The little pink crown pin's worth about $6, and this 3 set of the Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA crowns are worth about $60. I'd say about $20 each. And this rare Miss Teen USA pin is worth about $20. And then we also have a Miss USA pin, also worth about $20. And then we've got some Miss America trading cards. Each of these sets is worth about $15 each. Maybe a little bit more than that, but that's the average price. And then the big pack is worth about $20. And then we have this little metal Miss America crown that's etched in metal, worth about $12, and this really cool crown bracelet worth about $15. Got an official Miss America magnet there, probably worth about $5. And then we have the 75th anniversary of the pageant, a paperweight worth about $20. I think I got that up in Atlantic City. Got this 1981 Susan Powell trivet. I think that was made for the Miss Oklahoma pageant, probably worth about $35. And a little Miss America wooden tray worth about $25. And this Vanessa Williams contest is worth about $50. It's really hard to find. We've got this 8-card set of postcards that shows some of the Miss America dresses from throughout the years. Like the first one was the 20s, and then this one's the 30s. And then we have a dress from the 40s. I think that was a talent dress. And then the 50s, that was an evening gown. 60s was an evening gown. And then the 70s, that was Phyllis George's evening gown. The 80s, that's Gretchen Carlson's. And then the 90s, I'm not sure, I can't remember whose that is. This little empty Miss America product bottle is worth about $5. Black and white Miss America pens worth about $15, still in the package. Miss America pens worth about $6. The big plastic key rings worth about $8. And the Miss America NBC pens worth about $15. It's a little pen back, and it's hard to see it. I can kind of zoom in on it, but that's pretty cool. All right, I've got a Miss Rodeo America belt buckle. It's worth about $30. It's kind of really hard to find. And a Junior Miss keyring, super hard to find, worth about $15. Got a 90th anniversary Madam Alexander doll, Miss America doll. I'm going to say she's worth about $200, but on eBay there was only one listed, and they had her listed for $625. We got a Miss Venezuela 1981 Miss Universe doll. I say she's worth about $75. Then we've got this sheet of Miss America family stickers. I'd say worth at least $10. I know that's super hard to find. It might be worth more than that, depending on who's trying to collect it. And we've got this Miss USA, Miss Universe sticker set, probably worth about $10 as well. It's from 2012. We've got this Miss America doll. It's not official. She's got a little damage on her face. She's like a Bradley doll. It says, "You're my Miss America." I figure she's still worth about $15, even with a little damage on her face. We've got this little ceramic beauty queen doll. She's probably worth about $20. And then we've got this little musical Miss Universe doll. I don't know if she's official or not, but she's probably worth about $20 as well, maybe more than that. I just don't like to overvalue everything. This is a doll someone made for the Delta Queen pageant, probably worth about $20. It looks like it's from the 60s or 70s. And then this is a, I don't know which doll this is. I'm just going to value her at about $25. And then this is an international beauty doll. It's kind of like a Bradley doll. I say she's probably worth about $10. And then it shows all the different countries that you could collect. And I don't really see this one, but if I had to guess which one she is, I would say she's probably the Miss Israel doll. But I thought she was an Asian doll, but I didn't see a country listed, and I really haven't taken her out of the box yet, which I might take her out of the box and display at the museum. And then we have this one. This is a Pepsi Cola Miss America doll, and she's worth about $50. I got her at a flea market in Las Vegas. And then this is a Walk Lively Miss America Barbie, and she's probably worth about $75. Got this little vintage Miss America doll dress still in the box, only worth about $20. I thought it's going to be worth a little bit more than that. And we've got this doll. It came out of this Miss America box, but I'm just not sure if this is the right doll that goes in this box, even though she is wearing a crown and she has her record, but the doll on the record looks different and the doll on the box looks different. So I'm just going to value her at about $25 because I'm just not sure if she's the right doll or not. I've got this Leanza Cornett doll. I bought this when it first came out, and it was expensive, like $150 back in 1993, but she did not keep her value, and she's probably only worth about $50. A couple paintings I did. I love to paint. I love to paint these cartoon characters. The single characters I usually sell for about $25, $30. And then this one with the 5, I think it's worth about $50, but I usually sold those about $75 to $100. I had a Kimberly Morgan Miss Mississippi cutout I had made for someone for their birthday, probably worth about $50 because she signed it. And then I've got this big collage of all the vintage Miss America autograph pictures. These are the pictures that were given to the Miss Americas to pass out as they made appearances throughout the year. But you see I have them all the way from the 60s. Now I don't have a complete set of every single year, but if these... I didn't really glue them in there. I just lightly magic taped them in there so I could take them out if I ever wanted to sell them individually. But I know they're worth about $10 each individually. But I don't know if somebody would pay that for the whole set together. But I'm going to value the whole set at $250. But if I valued it at $10 each, it would be probably like $330, $350, somewhere up in there. But I'm just going to say the whole thing's worth about $250. But I've got some cool ones. I used to collect these every year, and I think they quit making them this size, but they made them this size for the longest time. For decades, they made them this size. And you could just write to the Miss America pageant, and they would just send you one in the mail way before stamps were like 77 and 78 cents each. I think back then they were just like 20 cents each. They weren't much at all. This Miss America poster from 2014, when we went up to the Miss America pageant, our Miss Mississippi made the top 10 that year. It's worth about $25. Got this set of Miss Philippines stamps. This is before the last two Philippine winners won. And I had them framed up, and it cost over $100 to get them and frame them, but I'd say it's probably worth about $50. Sometimes things don't keep their value. Got this cool Miss Universe beauty pageant poster of the Miss Maine pageant from 1961, and I figure that's probably worth about $25. Got this big crown topper for a Christmas tree worth about $20. This little bowl with all the crowns glued to it's worth about $12. And this really cool cameo crown is worth about $20. I thought that was super cute when I saw it. Now this miniature, it almost looks like a Miss America crown with some green in it. It's probably just worth about $5. And then these full round crowns, these are super cute. They're pretty, and they're worth about $15 each. And then we have one big metal boy crown that's probably worth about $20. All right, then we have this big collection of postcards and autograph pictures. Like that's Miss Universe 1959. There's all kinds of goodies here, and I figured this whole set of everything, the postcards, the autograph pictures, everything, is probably worth about $50 if we sold it individually. Got this little Miss America book by Tony, which was like a hair care product line. It's probably worth about $10. And then this is kind of different and cool. It's Miss Universe panties. There's still one set still in the package here. They're worth about $30, but it is Miss Universe official. But that's not a Miss Universe on the cover. They just had some models dress up like Miss Universe, but pretty cool. Got some old TV guides. We have a lot of them, especially from the 80s. That's when the Miss America pageant was really popular. I had to look at this one. It's so thick. I thought that was two stuck together. But all of these have Miss America stories and articles in them. And I'm just going to value all of them at about $10 each. And we have a total of 9 of those. So that's about $90 worth of TV guides. I used to love seeing the TV guides as a kid. I would always look to see if pageants were coming on, and if they were, I'd try to cut out the ad or when that day was over, I'd go back and cut out the ads so my parents wouldn't get mad at me for taking that page out of the TV guide. Kids don't know what they're missing when they didn't get to grow up with TV guides. Now you just scroll on your TV and see what's coming on. All right, we also have a couple Jet magazines. This is more for the African American community, but they listed some of the pageant winners on their covers when they won, and they're worth about $15 each. Got this 1968 Miss America book for teenagers, and it's worth about $20. It's a great picture of the top 5 from that year. Got another picture of one of my besties, Jessica McRaney, who won Miss Mississippi USA in 2009. Probably worth about $5, and it's double-sided. All right, let's see what else we have. These are pretty cool. These are Miss Universe and Miss USA stage cards. I guess like when the pageant was over, somebody collected these or picked them up off the stage. But I think I have several here. If you can read, it shows what the different hosts said about some of the contestants or just different parts of the show. This one's got a horrible crease in it, but keeping it anyway because that one's from a dress rehearsal. But I figured all these are worth at least probably $5 to $10 each, maybe closer to 10, except the one with the crease. So I'd say this whole set's probably worth about $50. Now this is pretty cool. This is a set of Miss Universe playing cards. It's from another country, maybe China or Korea or Japan. But it's not official from Miss Universe, but each numbered card has a different picture of a Miss Universe winner from throughout the years. So it's pretty collectible. It's from 2011, and I would say it's probably worth at least $25. Here's a funny postcard. It's pretty vintage. I think this is probably from the 60s, and I would think it's worth at least $5. That certainly wouldn't fly nowadays. Have an autographed picture of Phyllis George, probably worth at least $10 because it's a little wrinkled there. Got some vintage Miss America postcards. I would think these are worth at least $8 each. And then we've got this whole set of vintage Miss America photos from the Associated Press. I guess they used these if they needed pictures to run stories of Miss Americas. And they're not the best pictures of the Miss Americas, but I would think the whole set's probably worth about $20. Another one of the Miss America postcards, probably worth about $8. And if you look in the back, you see that Miss America throne chair. I actually own that. I did that in a different video. So another Miss America postcard worth about $8. I have a USO group picture of some of the contestants in the reigning Miss America worth about $10. They would travel to different army bases to make the soldiers happy. Here's another little vintage picture worth about $8. And a couple more of these vintage postcards that are worth about $8 each as well. And then here's a 1969-1970 Atlantic City guidebook worth about $20. And we've got these cool stickers they would put on their suitcases at the Miss America pageant saying how many bags they had and where they were going. And these are probably worth about $15 each, and I have 2 of those. All right, and then that USO troop picture I had, I just noticed on the back, it's signed by Jane J. Rowe, Miss America 1967. All right, we've got this Miss USA badge that one of the officials wore, probably worth about $15. And then we've got this little Miss Universe Culture Pearl little pin, and it's worth about $20. We've got a Carol Morris pin back, and this is worth about $10. See, they were trying to sell it for $8.50 back then, so at least $10. Got a 1980 Miss Universe pin worth about $10, and a Miss America magnet worth about $2. and this cool Hard Rock Cafe keychain from the 1992 Miss Universe pageant worth about $15. From the 1983 Miss USA pageant, we have another pin. It's worth about $10. We've got this set of pins from Atlantic City from the Miss America pageant, still in the original package, worth about $15. Got this cool Miss America ticket. That's a metal keychain. This is worth about $20. And then we have a CD, The Moments Live at the Miss Black America pageant, worth about $10. And a former Miss America 1987 CD, Kelly Cash, worth $5. Got a Sylvia Hitchcock card worth about $10. It was just an advertisement with her photo on one side and then the business information on the other side. I figure that's worth at least $10. And then we've got this little postcard from the year where Miss America, Miss Teen USA, and Miss USA were all African-American contestants, worth $5. And this vintage Miss Universe brochure. It's really cool when you open it up. It's got all kinds of great pictures of the pageant. It's kind of hard to do one-handed while you're holding your phone to make the video. That's worth $20. And here it is. When you open it, you see it's just full of the pictures that highlight the pageant that year. And here's my sweet girl wanting to be close to me while I'm on the floor making this video, going through all these little items of our pageant memorabilia. So let's see, next up we have another Miss Universe staff badge. This is from 1981 when it was in New York City. It's probably worth about $10. We've got this little Miss USA pin. It's pretty hard to see. It needs a good cleaning, worth about $15. And then we've got this vintage 1954 Miss Universe beauty pageant button worth at least $25. Got this little rhinestone Miss America pin worth about $10. We've got another one of those Miss Universe brochures. This one's pretty old, and it's another one that when you fold it out, it's just full of great pictures of the history of the pageant, and it's worth about $20 as well as that other one was $20. They could be worth a little bit more than that because they're hard to find and price compare on eBay, but I'm just going to say about $20. And then I do have one more, but this one's a little damaged. It looks like a bug or an insect like ate the edge, but you can still see what was going on. So we'll say maybe $10 for this one since it does have a little damage. All right, then we have a ton of Pia Wurtzbach stamps from the Philippines when she won Miss Universe. That first sheet's worth about $10 for all the stamps. And then this was a commemorative set they did of the former 2 Filipino winners that won with Pia before they had their 4th one. Those are worth about $15 each. These 2 single little stamps are worth about $5 each. And then these envelopes that have the Miss Universe logo and they have Pia's stamp on it, and then they have the postmark from the post office there. These are worth at least $10 each, and we have a ton of these, so that's great. And then the very last thing I have in that manila envelope is the envelope they sent me all this in that had a lot of canceled Pia stickers on it, and that's probably worth $5. So the whole set's worth about $105. So in our previous 494 videos of value in my toy collection, our collection was worth $1,264,104. Now when we add this video of all of our beauty pageant memorabilia and some of our toys, our total for this video is $4,161. So when we add that with our other total, our overall grand total for episode 495 of value in my toy collection is $1,268,265. Now I always wanted to say I had $1 million toy collection, and now I can finally say it. But I'm not actually a millionaire. I've just been saving these toys all my life, and they've just accumulated this big old total by me going to flea markets, thrift stores, toy stores, and looking online. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what I have and what it's worth, and it's a great way for me to inventory the collection. I'm also putting all the toys on my Facebook page, which is called the Toy Vault of Mississippi. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please think about doing so because it certainly helps us grow. So until our next video, we will see you then.